Hi y'all, this is Jimmy Goodwin with TWFG Insurance, and I'm having my first in the series of what I call my COVID Coffee Cup Conference. And what we're going to talk about today is how the COVID-19 or coronavirus is likely to affect you and your family financially. Now, everything that I tell you essentially is based on what I've read, and it's just my opinion, and I don't offer any guidance on this right here. If you're worried about your financial, you need to talk to your financial advisor. And but there are some things that I think I can tell you that can help. So on yesterday, Goldman Sachs predicted a coronavirus-driven recession, saying that our gross domestic product would shrink by about 5% in the second quarter. Now that's macroeconomics, which is kind of like the big picture looking down, right? And although that impacts every one of us, right, the macroeconomics, there are individual things that are going to directly impact you personally, and they will impact you 100%. So it's likely that that each one of you is going to see a decrease in your disposable income over the next 4 to 5 months. Now, we don't know that to be true, and I can't cite any research on that, but it just makes good common sense. And so, what should you do? Now, hopefully you've been prudent, right? You've put money into savings to save for a rainy day, and you'll be able to bear out this troublesome time going forward. If you're a healthcare professional, you're likely to not suffer a whole lot economically. If you are a restaurant worker, you're likely to suffer greatly. Now, the president has announced that there's going to be some direct aid to workers to kind of keep you going. But the government never provides enough to offset whatever you lost. Typically, your unemployment is less than what you made. And I would imagine that this is going to be maybe $1,000, a couple $1,000, and while that will help, it certainly will not be the cure-all. So my recommendations are this right here. Number one, cut back on your spending. Prioritize your spending. I know that this is what everybody's saying, or maybe you're not hearing it, or whatever, but you know, the average family spends around $450 a month eating out. And so if you could imagine, if you could just cut that back by about half, right, back to $200 a month, $250 a month, that can make a significant difference. Postpone any large purchases. So if you've got that car and the car's got, 120,000 miles on it, probably isn't the best time to go out there and buy a brand new car. So maybe you wait another 6 months to buy that car. Next, you want to look at your discretionary spending, right? Just like a business, we have mandatory spending and discretionary spending. So in your discretionary spending, like some of that, what we had said before, is your discretionary spending. You're dining out, paying for a car payment, but there are other things. Instead of buying brand name, right? Maybe you buy a few generic items, store name brands, right? Every little bit helps. And maybe you don't take that vacation, or maybe you have a staycation. I know that that each one of you knows these things in your mind anyway, but I tell you this because sometimes we need to hear what we already know. Finally, what I want to do is I want to give you some good solid advice on how to save money on your insurance. Now, a lot of insurance agents are going to be mad at me when I say this, because no one wants you to leave their insurance company, because if you leave them, then they make less money. And if they make less money, then they have less spending money. But, so your biggest expense for the year for insurance is going to be either your health insurance or your auto insurance. There's nothing you can do about your health insurance if you want to keep it. It's largely out of your hands. Now, there's a lot you can do about your car insurance. And to be honest, the single best way to reduce your car insurance payments or to shop your insurance around. You have a couple ways you can do that. You can go online, you can call up 7, 8, 10 different agents and get quotes, or you can call one or two independent agents, and tell them that you want to quote your auto insurance, and you want them to give you 3 comparisons, right? And I think what you will find is that there's a lot of money to be saved out there, and a lot of insurance companies, they will talk about their brand, right? They'll say XYZ Insurance Company, you want to be with us, we're a great neighbor, you're in our best hands, right? Or whatever they say. But the reality is there are a lot of insurance companies that you probably haven't even heard of that are A-rated, solid financially, and they'll take care of you. And unless your current insurance agent is going to make that next payment, which, by the way, they can't do legally, unless they're going to make your next insurance payment, you really have to take this time to look after yourself just a little bit. So call an independent agent. We're an independent agent. There are several other independent agents around. We have access to a lot of different companies. And then next, when you compare deductible levels, right? Maybe instead of quoting at a $500 deductible, you quote at a $1,000 deductible or $750 deductible, and so that way you can see where and how much saving is there. And there's also insurance companies now are offering big insurance breaks for telemetric service. What I mean by that is that if you download their app on your phone and you use it while you're driving, which they kind of track how fast you're going, they track if you slow down real fast, they check a lot of things. And you can get a significant discount on that. Now, be careful, because some insurance companies, it can actually affect you negatively, which means that your rate could go up by the way you drive. But most of them, you can only either get no penalty or just get no increase. But some of them you can get as much as 30% off your insurance rates. So just ask whoever you talk to, is this going to adversely impact me? Is it possible by using this for my rates to go up? They should tell you, right? They should tell you whether or not it's going to do it. So that's all I really have for today in my COVID coffee cup conference. I'll be back tomorrow for another subject. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'm Jimmy Goodwin with TWFG Insurance. My phone number will be right there, or I think probably right there. And my email address is there, my web address is there. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help you answer any questions. Have a great day, and God bless you.